I proposed to my girlfriend at KFC, and it made her cry. Jasmine and I had been together for 4 solid years, held together by one tradition we never broke. Sunday nights at KFC. It was our spot, our sanctuary. A tradition that started on our second date when a fancy Italian place messed up our reservation, forcing us across the street to the Colonel. We sat there for 3 hours, talking and laughing over a bucket of chicken. It was perfect. The KFC employees knew us by name and would save our usual table by the window. Jasmine always ordered the same thing: popcorn chicken, coleslaw, and fruit punch. I'd get whatever was on sale. We'd share everything anyway. The quiet struggle. Then things got hard. My mom got seriously sick last winter. My boss cut my hours, and I was stressed, broke, and exhausted. I stopped texting Jasmine back quickly. I stopped asking about her day. Even our Sunday nights got quiet. I'd pick at my food while she tried to start conversations that went nowhere. She never complained, though. She just kept showing up, kept asking if I was okay, and kept trying. I felt like garbage because I knew I was pushing her away. One night, she didn't order her usual. She just got a small drink and said she wasn't hungry. That's when I knew I'd really messed up. Jasmine never skipped food at KFC. Never. The realization. I went home and couldn't sleep. I kept thinking about how she stayed when I gave her every reason to leave. How she sat with me in silence when I had nothing to say. How she never made me feel bad for being a mess. Things finally got better. Mom recovered, and my hours were restored. I realized I'd been so focused on surviving that I forgot to appreciate the one person who survived it with me. I didn't want a fancy do-over moment. I didn't want to pretend our relationship was something it wasn't. We weren't 5-star restaurant people. We were KFC people, and I loved that about us. The proposal. I called the manager, explained everything. He thought it was hilarious, and asked if I could set up our table. I came in early that Sunday. I put her favorite drink at our spot and a small bucket labeled Jasmine's Nuggets Only, because she always joked that I ate more than my share. When she walked in, she looked confused. Then she saw the setup and started laughing. That Real laugh I hadn't heard in months. She sat down, grabbed a nugget and said, "You're being weird." But she was smiling. I slid a folded napkin across the table. She opened it and read my words. "Sorry I went quiet. Sorry I made you feel unwanted. You stayed when you didn't have to. That's why I'm staying forever." She read it twice, then looked up at me with an expression I couldn't read. That's when I pulled out the ring. It wasn't expensive, but it was real. She just stared at it, then at me. Then she started crying. Full on, tears streaming down her face. The employees started clapping. A kid from another table ran over and handed her a napkin. Jasmine was nodding before I even asked the question out loud. Just nodding, crying, and laughing all at once. She finally managed to say, "Yes, you idiot. Obviously, yes." Then she grabbed my hand and said, "But you still have to share the nuggets fairly from now on. That's non-negotiable." We sat there for 2 hours, talking like we used to. The employees brought us free biscuits to celebrate. When we finally left, she stopped me in the parking lot. "You know what the best part is?" she asked. "You didn't try to be someone else. You just remembered who we actually are." That's when I knew I'd done it right.